You ever see this? An AI model gets a perfect straight A report card on some benchmark test, but then you try to use it for a simple real-world task, and it completely faceplants. It's kind of like a student with a perfect GPA who, can't figure out how to do their own laundry. Well, this is AI's report card problem, and today we're going to figure out exactly why our smartest on paper models are flunking real life. So, what is the deal here? Why is a model that looks absolutely flawless on paper tripping over itself when it faces a genuinely useful task? The answer, and this is the key, isn't that the AI is dumb. It's that the entire system we're using to grade it is, well, it's broken. I mean, just look at the contrast. On the one side, you've got these incredible test scores. Models are crushing huge language tests like MLLU, scoring over 90%. They're acing math benchmarks like GSM 8K. But then, on the other side, you hear story after story about how these same genius models can't reliably do something like browse the web or write code that you'd actually use. The star student just can't handle a real job, and that disconnect is massive. So yeah, the system we use for grading these things is fundamentally flawed. And it's not just one little thing. There are two really critical gaps that are causing all this confusion. So let's break them down. Okay, first up is what we can call the benchmark reality gap. Think of it like this. Our academic tests are measuring a model's ability to answer trivia questions. But what we really need is for that model to, say, write a novel. Acing a multiple choice test is one skill, for sure. But navigating the messy, unpredictable chaos of a real software project, that's a completely different ballgame. The benchmarks just aren't testing for the skills that actually matter to us.
And the second problem is, honestly, it's just as frustrating. It's the reporting gap. So you go to look up a model's score on a really important benchmark. You'll see one number in the official research paper, a different number on the model card, and maybe a third totally different number on some evaluation platform. So which one is right? It's literally impossible to know who to trust.
And the results of that reporting gap? It's just chaos. Without one single reliable place to check the facts, a single source of truth, the whole community is just flying blind. I mean, how are we supposed to compare models or even track progress if we can't agree on the basic scores? But what if the fix isn't just another shiny, new, centralized leaderboard? What if the real solution is the complete opposite of that? Well, that's the big idea behind a new project from Hugging Face called Community Evals. It's their attempt to fix this whole mess by decentralizing evaluation and putting the power back where it belongs, in the hands of the community. So what are community evals? It's actually a pretty radical idea. It's a system where literally anyone, a researcher, a developer, even just a curious hobbyist, can submit their own evaluation results for any model out there. The goal is to create this open, shared, and totally verifiable public record of how a model actually performs over time. Okay, that's a big picture. But how does it actually work in practice? Well, the whole system is built on three core pieces that all work together on the Hugging Face Hub. Let's dig into how they all fit together. So first, the benchmarks themselves get a serious upgrade. Every dataset page can now have its own leaderboard, and it automatically pulls in every single submitted score from across the hub. But the most important part is this. It defines a single, reproducible way to run the test using a simple configuration file. This means everyone is finally playing by the exact same rules. No more guessing games. Second, the models themselves become the home for their own report cards. The evaluation results live right there in the model's own repository, and they show up on the official model card. And get this, it shows the author's original scores right next to the scores submitted by the community. Everything is right there, out in the open for everyone to see. And finally, there's us, the community. Anybody can submit their results using a standard process, a pull request. You can link to your sources, like a paper or your code logs. You can openly discuss the scores. And because it's all built on Git, every single submission creates a permanent, transparent, and public record. It's all there in the history. So why does all this matter so much? It's really about taking this mysterious black box process that nobody really understands and turning it into a completely visible, open playing field. A field where everyone can participate, and more importantly, where everyone can check the results for themselves. And when you put it side by side with the old way, wow, the difference is stark. The old black box leaderboards were opaque, centralized, and honestly a nightmare to reproduce. But with community evals, it's open, it's verifiable through Git, and it aggregates everything in one central place. And since reproducibility is literally built into the system, you can actually trust the results you're seeing. Now, let's be real for a second. This new system isn't a magic wand. It's not going to suddenly fix that gap between benchmarks and reality we talked about, and it's not going to stop some people from secretly training their models on the test questions. Those are much deeper, separate problems we still have to solve. But here's the thing. Here's what it does do. It makes the entire game of evaluation visible to everyone. For the very first time, we can all see exactly what is being tested, how it's being tested, when it was tested, and who did the testing. And that level of transparency, that is the real revolution here. This new system, it's not just a tool, It's really an invitation. It's a chance for the entire AI community to take back control of evaluation and to build a more honest, more transparent future together. And the best part is you can be a part of it. You can literally get started today. If you've run an evaluation on a model, go publish your results. They're just simple text files. You can also just go explore the new leaderboards that are already live on some of the biggest benchmark datasets. And hey, if you've created a better, more real-world benchmark, you can register it and help build this new ecosystem from the ground up. Which leaves us with this one really fascinating question. We're shifting from a closed, top-down system to an open, community-driven one. So when you give the power of evaluation to everyone, when you open the floodgates, what truths are we going to uncover about the models we're all so busy building? And what new, unexpected challenges will pop up? The answers to that, well, they could reshape the entire future of AI.